Yo, what's going on, guys? Arekkz here, Squad here, back with another discussion. It has been a little while, but obviously we've been very busy making lots of videos, which I hope you guys have been enjoying. Thank you for the support on that. But today we're talking about just kind of the state of the game. We've been playing a lot. We've sunk a lot of hours into it, so we thought now that we have been playing for quite some time, we discuss where we're at, what we're enjoying, state of things like the end game, what we're doing right now, what we're looking forward to. Basically, just talking about the game. So yeah. How are you guys enjoying the game? Let me know down below. What are you doing right now? What's your focus? Are you still working through the story? Are you hunting some stuff? Are you pursuing those elusive charms? Let us know down below. But guys, where we at? Everyone's we've been playing this. You know, I'm just gonna start. I'm in like the training room is my prison right now, guys. The workshops. I feel like I've got nearly 180 hours in this game, and I'm just gonna tell you, a lot of that I'm spending in the training room. Testing out all these weapons for you guys. Like, I swear I haven't been out the training room for a week. I'm like, I don't know. It's like when you're stuck inside, you haven't looked out the window, and I'm like, what is it like outside? Mm-hmm. I'm just like, let me out the training room, man. Mm-hmm. But anyway, yeah. What are you guys saying?
It's really fun.
Yeah.
I like it.
Super good.
I guess I'll start by saying, if you guys watched the review video we did, I sort of wanted to like temper people's expectations for the end game and the like breadth of activities to do, because it is like a traditional like handheld Monster Hunter endgame where we haven't got all the like DLC content added yet. And I think people are starting to see that now. So I think in a way I was hopefully correct in like tempering people's expectations, like I say. But I think I was also a bit wrong, because we've been playing this game so much now. And I am still like discovering new things, enjoying all of the weapons, haven't even made all my builds yet. And we've been playing it so much. So even though like activity wise there's only like so many things you can do, the freaking talisman grind is never ending. Getting those orbs is a job. Like making your mix sets does take time, and like I just said, all of the weapons are so fun now. I'm playing weapons that traditionally I didn't really care for, and I'm in the back of my mind like, oh my gosh, is this my new main?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I'm an insect glaive main now, guys. I'm an insect glaive main. Sword and shield work. No, I'm joking. Sword and shield always there.
Yeah, people are going on like it was a mad, huge deal that the game is like got the content that it does, but like there's an update in April. Like, calm the horses. We said it in our original review that it didn't really have like any end game, because we have to review the game for what it is, like in a base game. Like we haven't played the upcoming content, and we need to make sure that we are telling you guys exactly what it is. Like right now, you are playing a game. You're probably going to enjoy it up until the end of April anyway, because it's got so much that you can do in like the base game and just have fun with like the systems and mechanics and building sets and doing whatever, or just chilling, having fun with friends, that you're not even going to notice it by the time that the end of April comes around.
Totally.
And we do have like whatever content that goes on, and the end game's going to be expanded, and I'm guessing that they're continuing to do more updates past that as well, because they've got that roadmap with like the mystery icons on it. So, like, is it really of a big deal that people are saying that? I don't even know. Like, I just see it on Twitter all the time. People just like, the game's too easy. It's got no end game. It's like,
it's fun, man. It's just fun.
Both of the things are intertwined anyway. It's like, yeah, it's easy because it's the base game and you're playing through like village quests or whatever, and it gets harder over time as they introduce like crazy monsters, which is great. But you can make your own like difficulty anyway. If you want to make it more difficult for yourself, go hunt like without any clothes on, or I don't know, go do something. I don't know, if you really want like difficulty.
Yeah.
The true end game is mastering all 14 weapons. At least that's what I'm coming to learn. Like I may be like okay at the majority of them, but like actually getting really good at every weapon is a long process. And
For sure.
the amount of replayability, because every time you do a hunt with a different weapon, it's a totally different playstyle. The pace of the hunt is very different. So although like content wise, like I said in the review, like there isn't a ton of breadth there, just like doing the same monster with all 14 weapons is usually a different experience every time. And that's something that I am finding a lot of enjoyment in Rise, because every weapon with those silk bind moves, with the switch moves, they behave so differently than one another. They behave so differently than the past games. Super fun.
And it works really well as well, because on that point, like, you know, I think the difficulty from a testing point of view, works really well from that balance point. You know, if you were to go in and like everything were like Apex level, like it looks at you and you're just dead, you would be like, I'm not really going to test these new moves because I'm not used to them. And so, whereas like now it's like, you know what, I'm going to go in, I'm going to get slapped around a little bit, but I'm testing out this new Siltbind move. Okay, now I found out how it works. I feel like the game is just, you know, and again, we know this is kind of what this was sort of their design ethos anyway. That's kind of why they do it, right? Because they want to just let people experiment with all this stuff. So I'm having a ton of fun with that, honestly. Like it's just it's cool.
You wouldn't test these new moves? No one's Unga Bunga in it like you. I don't know, actually maybe most people are Unga Bunga in it like you, to be fair.
That's my playstyle.
No, actually,
mate.
I would
Just
Unga Bunga,
run
so maybe
headlong into battle.
Yeah, true. But like, if the monsters were difficult, you just get good at using the moves when the windows present themselves, right? Isn't that also another option on the flip side of that?
It definitely is. I just think I guess what it means is more from like a broad point of view. Like if you've been playing Monster Hunter for years, like exactly to your point, like we would just do it anyway. We'd be like, I'm going to use this move. I'm going to learn it in that position. I think from a like wide accessibility point of view for more people, if they're like, oh, I'm jumping into Rise as one of my first Monster Hunter experiences, those people maybe, or if they were like, I just played World and I haven't sort of got too much experience, they might be more like, oh, I'm going to stick with what I know. But I think like whether this is your first Monster Hunter, whether this is your 15th Monster Hunter, whatever it is, like I feel like it's a great position just to like have some fun and really just mess around with stuff and just I think it's I like that.
Every game needs its pinnacle content, right? Like,
definitely,
people don't rally around like, oh, that they've destroyed Puke, do they? They rally around the fact that they've like defeated Fatalis. Like when the game is hot is when people can't pass a wall or something's like super difficult. So we need that difficulty in there for it to be exciting for everybody because
100%,
yeah. When people are talking about stuff, it isn't that time that Puki put me into a poison cloud. It's like that time when I just got behind a door when Fatalis was it Fatalis or
yeah,
blew down the door with the super heat from his like hot breath.
Such a cool moment, dude. Like that's like one of my favorite things. More to Alex's point though, like I do agree that like at least for me, like this game has allowed me to sort of like try out like a lot of different things and like experiment with different skills and stuff. Like I do like that. While I don't know, maybe other people will see them as like useless skills. Like I do like that there are like these other kind of really useful utility skills. Like Wirebug Whisper is really cool. But then you've got these like really interesting things. Like I've been meaning to see if like what is it, like crit draw is still a thing on bow. Like I'm kind of looking at, like I feel like motivated to do stuff like that. Or like for instance, bubbly dance and like resuscitate. Like just there's like a lot of like weird combos from the older games are kind of back. And I just kind of like that paired with the fact that obviously a lot of staples like weakness exploit, crit boost, crit element, like they've either been nerfed or shunted to like dual 2 or just not decorated or just, you know, all three basically. I think they've really tried to sort of like pry people's hands off of the super meta skills and you know, see about giving other stuff a chance, which I think is great. Like I obviously have like a very small set of weapons I do play. I am learning Charge Blade at the minute. And one skill that I do want to learn or try though is like Rapid Morph. That's like a new one, right? That wasn't in the old
nice.
thing, right? Yeah. Like I just like that they are adding in skills that really sort of like play to specific weapons or like different like play styles and stuff. Like I'm hoping. I don't know if has this been the case in. Was this the case in Iceborne? Like when Iceborne came out, did they add new skills? I can't remember. Like, they added like
there were a few.
It came from like the gear sets, right? It came from like the gear sets.
Right. Yeah. Yes. Exactly. So that's when like crit element plus and stuff came in, and obviously the Safi stuff. Like hopefully, like I don't know if it's gonna be done via like gems or. I doubt they'd put it on petal laces because those are just more base stats. But I'm hoping we do see some more like very like kind of innovative skills in that sense. That maybe
that'd be cool.
End up giving you some crazy play. Like I would love one that is like, you know, you do more damage in the air, like just a genuine like if you're in the air you're doing like twice the damage or something crazy like that. So it's like I'm gonna be wirebugging up and then I'm gonna be shooting. That would be insane on bow, but like stuff like that could be cool, man. Like because the wirebug just adds so many kind of like possibilities for like aerial combat as well. So I think they should have definitely explored that more.
I definitely feel like they've left certain things out for that reason. I feel like once we get HR unlocked, there'll be a whole nother melding list that we can go to, and it will allow us to meld even like higher talismans, and there'll be more decorations that we can actually create, because like some of like the level 3 ones are kind of lacking at the moment in terms of like how many there are. So I'm guessing that some of that stuff will be available on decorations, and we can mess around with our builds even more so than we are currently, and maybe even wasting materials, because like we're all like melding away using all of our stuff, but it could become outdated by the end of April when our HR stuff unlocks. Because I remember in World it was like that, right? Once you get to like HR 50, there was. And you get
the quest, and then suddenly
that's what the good stuff was. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
On that same topic, one of the big things that's changed with like skills and armor in Rise is the set bonuses. Like there is a set bonus now, but it's only resistances. So there's no real benefit aside from a minor resistance increase to having multiple pieces of the same set, which I quite liked in World, how you could mix like 3 pieces of one set with two pieces of another, and you would have 2 set bonuses as well as all the skills on them. So I'm hoping that maybe as we go forwards, they will reintroduce like the set bonuses in like maybe the new monsters that come out. We'll have to wait and see on that one, but that is something that I miss when I make my sets.
Objection!
Yeah.
What does Magnum Arlo's set do?
So the actual set bonus is, again, resistances. It's on the pieces that you have the Hellfire Blight, which you can get rolled on talismans as well. So it isn't a set bonus, it's just that that Hellfire Blight skill is only on a few, like 4 out of 5 pieces of the set.
Is that...
So...
That's how it works?
I guess that's technically... Well, that is correct, but it's I feel like you can wear that set to... I don't know.
It's like it's almost like a set bonus, isn't it? In that way.
Well, it's like mixing with bubbly dance, right? Even though
I think there's the scope for it to kind of return anyway, because there's obviously the setup for it. Because you look at like I'll skirt around it. I'm not going to kind of obviously keep these like spoiler free, but like the final armor, some of the armor sets you can craft towards the end of the game. There's some stuff that isn't seemingly very useful right now. I don't know whether they're going to change that when we get like HR unlock and stuff, but like they have that concept on the armor.
Yes.
So I guess the concept of like armor sets and like set bonuses does still exist. Maybe it's also kind of like when you look back to World, like we didn't really start seeing set bonuses until like the later high rank sets anyway. Like a lot of the earlier ones didn't really carry much. So I feel like maybe they'll start doing that, like when they maybe Chameleos will have like a I don't know, like maybe they'll give you an armor set that makes me invisible.
That would be amazing. I mean, what I was gonna say is correct me if I'm wrong, those are the sets you're talking about are like the Elder Dragons of this game, right? Like, so it's like maybe set bonuses are going to be an Elder Dragon only thing. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe that's what's going to happen.
Could be.
But yeah, just that could be interesting, definitely.
You know what's the biggest point to this is that like Bow Charge Plus is only available on one headpiece.
Yeah.
No way would they just do that to you, like, right?
That's because they know that nobody plays bow. You see.
Nah, come on.
Whoa.
Come on. No, what a controversial statement.
You're out here using melee.
I do not associate with that statement, guys. Please don't like associate me with that statement.
I'm loving bow.
Wait. Let me just say something. The longsword video came out that we did our weapon tutorial, got like 200 and 300k views. The sword and shield video come out and it's only got like minuscule.
No. That's because people haven't appreciated yet, right? People haven't appreciated yet, right? But you know what?
Statistics don't lie.
Listen, right? I'm just saying. You know what? Like bow users and bowgun users, they're like the mages of the group. They just sit at the back and they're like, I don't want to be hit, and then just fire their little pea shooters. I'm just saying.
Pea shooters. My guy's acting like
clearly someone
like
hasn't tried the bow in this.
It sounds like you're projecting.
The only pea shooter is your sword and shield, my boy.
Have you seen the damage that I can do with that thing? Oh my god!
You're saying that's a bow user? Alright, cool.
Your entire Metsu Shorigeki is
my shot. One shot.
Let's do a little segue though. I think a good topic to talk about in the end game is the Rampages, because that is obviously a new thing, you do have the 6 and 7 star Rampages, which are basically they're one of the end game activities, right? So, what do you guys think of the Rampages, considering they are so new into Rise?
Yeah, they're good. I like the mid boss one. I like when they say the mid boss's name. I like. You guys understand when I said the shovels now? The shovel.
Yeah, you guys get the shovel
Somebody
height.
tweeted this morning to say they didn't quite understand why we said the shovel. So just for context, we're not going to tell you about the fight, but like when you do a rampage, you can use the Dragonator and you can use the spitting wyvern shot. And when we say the shovels, it's like if you, I think a lot of people are sleeping on this. If you pile on the kills and you start shoveling, right, and then it goes ding 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 ding, and then you can use it again. Yep. Like some people are thinking you can only use a Dragonator once. Yeah. No. You use your Dragonator, start shoveling, and use it again in like 10 seconds. Like whoosh, like that's what we're talking about. The hype moment.
If people are shoveling, you can get lots of very shots and Dragonators.
Yeah, like
it's very cool.
It's crazy. The power kilns are very much slept on. Like it takes like 30 seconds of 4 people shoveling, and you've got your Dragonator back. Like it's really good.
They thought I was talking about like some monsters. I wasn't talking about.
Oh yeah.
And you know what? That makes me feel even better that people got debated as well. Sorry, guys.
No.
Maybe they thought by the shovel. Maybe they thought you were saying that you can lost.
Yeah, they would. I saw that. People would think you were talking about you can lost.
I was like.
I miss you, Caverns.
I'm sorry. But they were cool monsters. I missed them. Like I remember fighting them. They do need to come back.
Yeah, shout out to Akantor had the sickest gear.
Yes.
Yeah, who needs to come back? Gore needs to come back.
Yes.
That shark dude.
Zamtrios.
Yeah, Zamtrios. Yeah, but give me Zamtrios.
Like, why no Zamites, but no Zamtrios?
I know.
What's
It's
going on?
so jarring.
And Agnactor as well.
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan of Agnactor, but you can... Bruv, Tetsukabra needs to come back, okay?
Yeah, Tetsukabra needs to...
Look,
although the thing is...
Hojo's sitting on basically a Tetsukabra.
I know!
He is. He's literally on a Tetsukabra. Yeah, he is. Like,
it's unacceptable. But it would be kind of a weird...
Tyrannodon and not the other big boy, Great Jagras. It's like I know he was just in World,
is a basic,
but I want to see the battle of the big boys.
Great Jagras is not. I'm sorry, Great Jagras. I apologise to any Great Jagras fans. He's not excited enough to come back.
But Great Jagras needs to come back.
Paradise is like, we need that difficulty, guys. Like,
guys,
give me that great.
Guys,
no,
we need
the greatest
Jagras.
That's what we need.
Yes.
Let
me just paint the picture for you, right? It's like, we've all got to Endgame. We're looking for some pinnacle content right now. Paradise is like, don't worry, guys, I got you, right? I want to reveal the next monster.
He's like, let me get that.
Great Jagras. Guys like, I'll speedrun this guy in 10 seconds. Like,
it's so good.
I want to see the turf war, Jagras to Tyrannodon. Who's going to eat who?
Zamtrios as well would be a good trifecta if you wanted like a E.T. boys.
It's kind of mad. Is like Mitsu skeleton similar to Lagiakrish's skeleton? Like,
I think they're different, but why are you holding out on Laggy for me? Like, they're the Leviathans. They're technically like applicable, but yeah.
I do feel bad.
They just put him in.
Like Chris been gone for a while.
It's like you know what like it feels like to me the same way that like Rare have put like Banjo-Kazooie in the dungeon. They're just not like they're just like, hey, look, we could make some money if we make a new Banjo, but they're like, no, we're gonna peddle out some pirate games instead, right? And then some sports games, right? And it's like, I'm sorry, but like if you just bring out Banjo, same thing with Capcom. Why is Laggy in the dungeon? What has he done for you? He works on the ground. He doesn't need to be in the water. Give him back. Set him free. Free Laggy.
Set him free.
He's in the shackles just across from Gormagala, innit? Like technically, Gore's been absent for a while as well, man. I need my boy.
Going.
I
was going to say, on the topic of Rampages, because in the Rampages you have the Apex monsters. I just wanted to talk about Apex monsters for a second, because they're so cool in the Rampages, and they're so unique compared to their non-Apex versions. They're like different moves, different status elements, all that kind of stuff. But I want to fight an Apex monster in a regular hunt and feel badass doing it. You know, I don't want a Rampage Apex. I want a regular Apex. What do you guys think?
No, 100%. Yeah.
Like, I don't know who's going to disagree with that. I kind of just like fighting in like a normal fight setting, you know? Rampages are cool, but like...
That's the thing.
Yeah. I just hope if they do that, they give us like an actual armor set from them as well, like
Would be
an
nice.
because people made the obvious comparison. They are basically the deviants, right? It's basically like the the Soul Seer Mizutsune or like the Dread Queen stuff like that. So like if they put them into quests and like made that as some of the HR unlock stuff and gave us like armor and weapons for them, that would be so cool, man. I'd like there to be like a branching tier off of Rampage weapons as well, because I love the concept of Rampage weapons, but I'm not gonna lie, my one thing I'm a little bit sad on is that the Rampage weapons are just colorful versions of the Iron weapons. I'm just like, they're cool, but I want a bit more. Like I would be more inclined to pursue my Rampage weapons if it looked sick.
Give us Transmog for the weapon.
Yeah, and then that would fix it, right? To that point, though, with Rampage weapons, because, you know, I love my Rampage bow. It's, like, one of the most customizable weapons in the game. I do wish there was something unique. Like, there is nothing unique. The uniqueness of the Rampage weapons is the fact that you can customize them, but you can't do anything that is outside of the parameters of any of the existing weapons. And as a result, it's usually never going to be the best choice. Maybe I wouldn't say it's the best choice for bow either, but like it's nice to have, like, you know, for raw purposes, like a rapid bow that has just rapid on it all the way up and stuff like that. It allows for some consistency there. But on like even just the melee weapons, like I guess like dual blades has like the interesting thing of you can have one status, one elemental. That's a really cool thing. Like, but outside of like that, it's just kind of like you're mishmashing like already existing things. Like I would love to see like, okay, some of the more like unique things on there. Like, dude, there's like whole Rampage skill skills on some of the things that are like does more damage to dragon type monsters. It's like, what does that mean? I don't know. I can't test it easily because this also has dragon element on it. Like just stuff like that. Like I wish you had basically every skill available in the game as like an option in like they should just give every like Rampage weapon 2 extra slots. And then those 2 slots, you can just cherry pick like just any of the different like augments, right? That would be so good, in my opinion.
But maybe they'd be too good then, and people would be like, "Well, I don't want to use anything but the Rampage weapon." Then
True.
I don't know. You have to do Rampages to get them. It's not like it's hard to get them, but
no, true.
Do you remember Seregios's like roll for sharpness?
Yeah.
That was so cool.
Like that level of uniqueness.
Yeah.
For Rampage weapons would be really cool. Like maybe a selection of like roll to sharpen, or you know,
dude, I forgot about that.
Consecutive attacks, like add a scaling buff that lasts like a couple seconds, or just random stuff like that would spice them up a bit. But then, like you just said, Arekkz, maybe that would make them a bit too powerful because they already are pretty good. Maybe not the best.
Yeah, they're not bad. Definitely.
I want there to be a gun lance Rampage skill that lets me have normal level 5 and lets me have as many rocket blasts as I have shells. Not just 3. If I have 6 shells, I want to rocket blast 6 times.
I don't want that because then every time we hunt, you're just going to be
like
blasting around, not helping fight the monster.
Hey, listen, I got some spicy clips when I finally managed to pull it off the other day. I saw 2-6 fighting and I was up on the balcony and I was like, I'm going to make my entrance. And then I flew in and I hit the monster on the head. I didn't really do much else, but it was cool.
That's funny.
Good job. Good job.
Oh man.
So yeah.
Yeah. So when it comes to your playtime, like how much do you guys have?
I think I'm on just shy of 180 hours now.
Good
I'm
question.
over 200 now. I think it's about 220, 230.
Nasty. That's a lot.
What are you on? What are you
Yeah,
on?
he's
2.6?
been.
I'm
he's been
on like
growing.
300s and something at the moment.
Oh my gosh. This man has been grinding.
I've been grinding, guys, but just been out here, just fighting monsters.
He's after talisman. That's what he wants.
He
wants that. He's 300 hours trying to get weakness exploit level 2.
Yeah.
And I got mine yesterday while I was stuck in the training room.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of like the decoration system? For me, I know people mostly agreed with you in our like review video for like the talismans and stuff, but I feel like sometimes if you just don't have that, there's one point of failure for me now rather than like back in the day there was like multiple points of failures with decorations. Now there's only one point of failure. If you don't have that talisman, there's like you literally can't make that build that somebody else has.
Yeah, it definitely does limit you like in that respect. I do still stand by what I said before. Like I do still prefer having only one point of failure being the charm. That being said, when there are some of those god tier charms, they can be literally like. As we're discovering now when we're doing like, you know, Mix Up Monday as part of Monster Hunter Monday, it's like, oh, I haven't got that charm, I definitely can't achieve this build. But that being said, I think I don't mind it being like that with the charms. I think what I just really want to see them do is just give us a way, put like they have had in previous games, put a quest in that doing the quest gives you a way to get charms and rewards. Like in the past, either as the quests,
please give us that. I can't take it anymore. I need my weakness exploit level 2.
Either as a quest or as like you used to do it as like a mining run, right? And then you come back and then when you're mining, you have the things that then what's the word I'm looking for? Like appraise into charms.
Yeah.
I just think right now, like melding has always been a cool thing, but it's always been like you can meld alongside something else. And I think that's just the one thing it's missing. So like I feel like if they just gave us, even if it's just one quest you could farm, so when you come back you've got like a bunch of talisman that you can then appraise alongside melding. That I think would, even though you would still not be able to target it and you would still be basically pursuing everything, the difficulty right now is that like the only way to do it is obviously do some quests, spend those materials, and then just hope. Whereas at least if you could farm a quest, you would feel like you were doing two things at once. So I think that's really what it needs. So I hope they look into doing that, because I feel like that would give you something else for the endgame loop, basically.
Yeah, like
You know what,
melding
let me
has...
just say-
You go ahead.
Let me just say something beforehand, just before you get into the next topic of conversation, because I know someone's going to say this. And I just need to address it in the comments before it even comes up. There's going to be someone out there that's going to say, these guys are saying there's no endgame because they rush through the game because they're content creators, and they're saying that there's nothing to do, so they're not enjoying the game anymore. No, we're still enjoying the game.
No, we're enjoying the
Yeah.
game
Still, like,
immensely.
thoroughly enjoying it, and we're finding things to do, and it's something that more so other people are saying than we're saying.
Yeah. I'm still playing every day.
We're still playing
You
every
know.
day. There's still
Yeah.
much to do.
Yeah,
If anything,
literally.
there's more for us to do, because we have to focus on specific things to make content on for you guys than the average player. So yeah.
Like, the actual truth is, and I'm sure it's true for you guys as well, outside of the video like content that we record and create, in my own spare time, like in the evening, I'll just still do a few hunts
Yeah.
for fun.
Yeah,
Same.
yeah, I'm really enjoying it, yeah.
I'm playing the game, I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's great.
I stand by what I said before. It still is
yeah.
my favorite. Even though it's like, you know, there's like maybe towards the end at the moment there's not like as many things to farm right now. It still is my favorite Monster Hunter game that I've ever played. You know, so
It's
Yeah,
it's
we
getting
can-
there for me. It's getting there. I think like I don't know. Like I really enjoy. Like World was really good. Like and this is like super good as well. I'm always like really bad at comparing games though. Like, but yeah, I think
Fair.
I could happily say like this is like, I mean, 100% movement wise, one of the best Monster Hunters. To that point though, I was gonna say yeah, 100%. Just been really enjoying the game. I just quickly checked my playtime as well. I'm at about 180 hours myself, so like I've caught up
Nice.
to Arekkz at least.
Nice.
So yeah, I've been playing just in the evenings with friends and stuff, and it's great, man. It's definitely great.
Is there any monsters that you need to go hunt and get in the armor set? Oh, talk about armor sets actually. Before we even go on to that, we talked about like the skill bonuses, but I don't feel like the armor sets in this look all that great.
Oh, what?
Is there
Like,
any ones that
visually?
like stand out to you? Aside from like Almadron, like I feel like Almadron looks cool.
I think-
Amazon's cool.
maybe like the final boss
I think that
one
this
looks
is a
cool.
symptom.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Yeah.
I think this is a symptom of having a male or a female character.
Yeah.
The armor sets are different for the two genders, and I think that's really unfortunate. I think you should just be able to, if they're gonna put them both in, let a female wear the male version if they want to, let the male version wear the female version if they want to, because it's already in the game, right? And
True.
if you look at like the Spalder or the Spio set on the male character, you look like some dark knight. I think it looks actually really cool.
No, the
and
Spio
the
set
female
looks
version,
cool. The
it
Spio
is
set's
still
still
cool on the
cool,
female, but if I was using a female character, I would want the male version of that particular one, where I might want the female version of a different one, you know? So I just
scaled
I would like a mix of that.
Spios.
I think the one thing that I do, the one comment I do see a fair bit is not necessarily like the full armor sets, but I think a lot of people like the player's female character. Sometimes they just want like a full face helmet. They'd always, you know, a lot of the time it'll be like you'll get like a badass helmet, and then like the female will get like a hairband or something. It's like, oh man, yeah,
That is
yeah,
literally
yeah.
that's literally it. Like this has been my just dilemma. I'm sure that it's the same with you as well, T6, because I know you usually play female hunters as well. But like just literally since like Monster Hunter 4, I have just been so sad. I would like, you know, before I even joined you guys, I'd watch one of your videos. You'd be talking about like a set. I'd be like, yo, that helmet looks sick, and then I'd go to check it, and then it's just like open face, and I'm just like, no, like it's so frustrating. There is such a lack of full face helmets. Like one of my favorite female sets in this game is the Volvodon set. Like, just
Hey,
because
Velvet armor is awesome.
it looks cool. Like, it's like a mask. Like, it actually looks sick. And I'm just like, why is there nothing like this for anyone else? Like,
But to go back to to go back to your point, there, like, I definitely I love the like. There are some armor sets I like, but interestingly, like some of my favorite ones are not even from monsters. Like I love Utsushi's gear. Like I'm just rocking that all the time anyway.
Yeah.
Or like I like some of the ones that have just come from like random parts from the Argosy, like on the actual. But you know what? But I think again, like, it's kind of, we discussed this in the opening thing. Like I think this is also a byproduct of like games marketing now. Like we had seen all of the armor sets before the game came out. Like, I love visually, I love Ghost Hadag because it's kind of got that Oni look to it, which I like. But I felt like because I'd seen it before and because I used it in the demo and like I've been so exposed to it, by the time I came around to it in the full game, and then I realized that it's kind of a great sword set, so I didn't need it from a skill point of view. I was like, I don't actually have to farm Ghost Hadag. Whereas like if I'd never seen that, and then the first time I saw it, I was like, I don't care the skills. I'm just gonna buy it because I want that armor set.
Yeah.
I feel like that is one thing that, and again, I know like it's sort of that thing where it's like, oh, well, from a content creation point of view, we look at all that stuff, but I feel like this was probably the biggest case of that, because normally they show you like a handful of armor sets beforehand, but there's quite a bit to discover.
Yeah.
I feel like apart from the Argosy sets that are like the random pot ones, I feel like before launch we saw every single armor set except for the final boss one. And I was just like, there wasn't much to discover in that respect. So I do, and again, I understand games marketing. You know, you need to kind of sell your game and stuff. But I do kind of wish they would, because they do the same with Pokemon. By the time the game comes out, you've seen every damn Pokemon. I'm just like, I miss the days of walking into the grass and be like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, man.
It's a washing machine?
You say that, but the Kimura set is probably like my favourite set out of everything.
It's one of the best
in the
ones.
whole game.
Yeah.
Iconic.
And we've been seeing that since the first initial trailer. I feel like it looks absolutely.
Hey,
it's like Link's
I don't wear the Kimura set because
Yeah.
I don't wear the Kimura set because it shows the fact that the game has got no beards, and all it is my bald head sticking out of a headband with no beard.
That sounds
If I
like
had
a
a beard-
Yee problem, Alex.
If I had a beard,
Don't worry, paid DLC probably coming for you.
Hey,
You're gonna have to pay 99p to get a beard.
I don't care. Give me. I'll pay £10.99 for a beard. Capcom, just give me a beard.
Exclusive.
Exclusive.
I will say though, in the past Monster Hunter games, I believe that as those DLC updates came out, there was more layered option and like transmog things added in. So hopefully, as those DLCs come out, we'll be able to actually have like transmog or more layered armor options, and that might fix like what we're talking about now. We'll have to wait and see.
Is it acceptable for them to not have transmog on day one though? Like the way that they did it in World was a madness. They were like, okay,
Yeah.
here's your low rank armor, here's your high rank armor, here's your master rank armor. It's like, just switch the switch on us. Let us just use the system like as a across the board. Like,
That
so
was a
we're
very
gonna pair-
deliberate choice, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why they did that. I think I was actually not playing World Iceborne anymore when Master Armor came out, so I didn't even get like a chance to use them. So it was just kind of one of those things where I was just like, yeah, that was a bit strange. I don't know. I guess like there's no reason for this. This is me just being like, tradition is good. Like, I guess there is some like merit, I suppose, to being able to kind of tell what someone is doing or what they're going for just by looking at them. But I guess that is completely then subverted by the fact that the pre-order DLC stuff, you could just be wearing that, right? So it's literally just like, I don't know. I don't know why you wouldn't like just allow us to transmog at that point.
Well, there's a lot of ways that transmog can be done as well. In a lot of MMOs I've played in the past, you would like have a gear piece and you would delete that gear piece to apply it onto the appearance of it onto something else. Whereas like in Monster Hunter, it's like, oh, you've unlocked the transmog layered armor, now you can put it on anything. So if they wanted to do a slightly less forgiving way, because they don't want everyone running around with every armor set in layered armor, right? At the launch of the game, they could make it so you have to craft the piece. So you have to farm it,
that is what you
craft
did
it,
in
use it.
That is what they did in Generations. Generations had a true transmog system where you would physically have to have the two pieces and then you would combine them. So like Generations or Generations Ultimate was the one that actually had like traditional transmog, which I think was always cool because exactly
I just
that
think
point.
bring that back, you know.
Yeah,
I think that solves the problem that I'm assuming they might be thinking, that they don't want everyone in layered armor just after the game has launched. You know?
But you don't really
if you have to farm for it, then that solves it.
You don't really see anybody walking around in like full armor sets anymore, though. Really, it's all mixed sets because people are going for skills than like wearing armor sets. If we had transmog back, I feel like you would see people walking around in full
sets.
Like,
that's a good point.
But that's also a symptom of the missing set bonuses, because that was another reason why people would wear mixed sets and save because they wanted that 3-piece or that 5-piece bonus, you know.
True.
Saw that air for a fashion hunter.
Hopefully they bring them back and we can have those set bonuses. And
Because I don't. You guys have seen the drip that I've got.
Well, Paradise
Hey, guys.
Drip is legendary.
Capcom, please bring back layered armor just so we can cover up Paradise. This guy, like, he will find the worst thing and be like, guys, I've got the
It
best
might-
armor skills. I'm like, what are
It
you
might
wearing?
look bad, but the stats, the skill.
I swear haven't you started wearing like the genie bottoms with their clown
Yep.
shoes? Like
This is the same
Rajang.
guy
Arekkz.
that wore the Kirin flares for the longest time in Monster Hunter World. Every time I record a video for YouTube, I'm like, Paradise, why do you look like that in the video? It looks horrible.
He's got
like,
got
I
his
need the
thighs
stats,
out.
guys. I'm like,
The thighs are out.
oh no.
Talking about armor, there's something that was related to that because before launch they were saying that resources might be like changed and adapted. So stuff like Zenny and like how much it takes to like build an armor and stuff like that. Like, do you feel like you can feel the changes for either one of those
I
in
can.
terms of like resources?
Yeah, most definitely, dude. Like,
100%.
Zenny
Zenny is a problem.
scarcity, yeah.
60k Zenny to build a weapon or to build like, I don't know about armor actually, but weapons is like 50, 60k per upgrade.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
Per upgrade,
drains
that's
your-
what I'm saying.
your stocks,
the
You
upgrade
guys
tree.
sound broke to me.
Eggs
I'm
up.
not broke.
So
I'm
gonna
not
go
broke
eggs.
You
anymore.
gotta get
But I
out of
used
those
to,
hunts, man. You
Used
gotta
to
do some hunting.
used to be.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
my God.
yeah, because we're not that broke anymore because we did the video recently, right?
of
The how to
course.
get the Zenny, and I was doing the traditional way, the Might Seeds, the Argosy. But Vest, you found like a nice route, right?
I haven't
Yeah.
done it yet because people were saying it was trash.
Look, okay, my route is good. All right, like you hit a
Is it
ton of.
though?
Yeah, dude.
Comments
all right.
disagree, Vest.
Yeah, so some agree. Okay, like look, there are obviously like a ton of routes one could take. Just the act of kind of popping onto lava caverns in order to take advantage of the mining upsurge is kind of the secret, right? Like you can kind of go about it how you like. But no, like my route is perfectly workable. It fulfills the loop in about 4 minutes, which is the respawn time, which is really nice. You do get like quite a few nodes compared to some of the other routes I've seen out there as well. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's like a more fun route. Like you kind of go through the entire locale. You get to go into like some secret places that like I had never seen really before, like doing it. So yeah, like I think it's I think it's good.
How much you get at the end of it then?
How much do you get at the end?
much
So
around.
I actually
Because it loops around.
so I actually realized there were some other comments that mentioned that I had actually lowballed myself because I sold 2 of the 3 ore types basically, and the third ore type that I missed out was the most expensive one. I didn't sell it. So what's it called? Some people have been saying they've gotten like after like a few runs of that, they like as in like one hunt, but just taking advantage of the upsurge because upsurges disappear after a set period of time. What's it called? They have made like up to 300k, which I think is just awesome. Like I made 100k like in the video. You guys, like if you watched it, you saw at the end I sold up and I got.
Does that give you
about
points
100K.
as well, or does it just give you the money?
Does it give you points? That's a very good question. I'm not actually sure. I'm pretty sure it's just money because the point nodes are specifically the scorched
They're
ores,
very
Okay, cool.
which we ignore. But yeah, like money definitely. So yeah, it's 100% workable. Of course, if it's I know some people found it a bit confusing for whatever reason. The routes can be, but yeah, like if you don't like that route, then
Like you said,
are
I don't
free to
understand why like
find another.
people want like a specific route exactly around the map. Like it's just literally just get on the map, mine some stuff, use the upsurge,
Sell some stuff.
Like it's literally what it was in World, and it's been like that for like the past few games as well. It's like such a simple like mechanic. You just go in there and exploit the resources on the map, make money.
Especially now that you don't have to sit there just banging your pickaxe like 10 times against the thing. You just clonk and you're just gone, dude. And you've got the wire bug to just
And you got geologists.
and geologists. Like it's so beautiful how it comes together. One thing though, by the way, on lava caverns, right? I'm informed. I don't know if this is true. Is that an old map? Like some people have. I'm pretty sure someone's told me that was like an old map from one of the older games. Is that right?
No,
Or is that
Lava Caverns is new.
It's new. Okay, good. Because I was gonna say like, if that was an old map, how the heck did anybody like get around with that wire bug? It is so like vertical, dude. Like that's what I was thinking. Surely it can't be an old map. That's good to know though.
No.
All right, cool. Because
even the ones that are technically like old maps are kind of like reinventions of them. Like even like Flooded Forest is like,
it's different,
you know, from a different angle, and even like the deserty one as well.
I think I know exactly where your mind went when he said that. Like, it just reminded me of something. Like, it's kind of funny.
Did you? By the way, kind of switching subjects now is like. Did you guys enjoy the Monster Hunter Mondays? Do you have any ideas for us to actually put into that as well? Because it's,
Monster Hunter Mondays are so fun.
Yeah, it's a fun thing to make, and I'm glad that people had like opinions on it and stuff. So it's nice to see that people are consuming it, and we're just trying to make sure that we can make a good piece of content for you guys to enjoy on a weekly basis, and kind of move away from what just Mix It Monday is, and provide more of a avenue for you guys to participate in our channel as well, and in the Monster Hunter community as a whole.
100%. Like, you guys have been sending in some like absolutely awesome clips as well. Like, please continue. Like, if you guys are this is the first time you're hearing about this, you're like, wait, what? Like, go check out the video and then follow the instructions in there to submit some clips to our Discord, because like I love looking through them. And if you guys noticed, like I put a little edit on one of them, and I absolutely love doing this. So like when you guys give me the sweet clips to edit, like I just have a field day. So please 100% send in your clips. We absolutely love them. And like it's good stuff.
I'm gonna create a community question section on the Discord as well for you guys to put in your questions to Arekkz as well, because we want to have one that's like a section that's a community like questions and answers for Arekkz as well. Because I think it will be good, you know.
Yeah.
Other than that, like, what do you think of like the state of the game as a whole right now? It's just thumbs up, right? It's going to be the same as our review. It's just like really thumbs up. I'm really liking it. It's
definitely.
It is my favorite Monster Hunter. I've not spent this much time on a Monster Hunter game this close to launch beforehand, and I'm excited to see where it goes in the future with all the content that we're probably going to get up until whenever. Like, so I am excited for that.
One quick topic is we briefly talked about is the difficulty topic. You know, we said in the review that the game is seemingly easier than we expected. Like there isn't as hard a difficulty curve on like some of the Ender game monsters as like maybe we would have thought. But I kind of wanted to add into that even though I do think that the monsters are easier and like, you know, the clear times are sort of faster on average, at least for me, having a lot of hours in Monster Hunter games, I feel like it's actually just making me a better hunter. It's making me want to get even quicker times, which means I need to learn the monster even more so to know what move they're going to do next, what animation is a roar, what animation is gonna like jump them back, which means I need to like silk bug forwards and all that kind of stuff. So even though the difficulty it's a weird thing to say, even though the difficulty is easier, I actually think it's like, for me, inspiring me to just like try harder and get faster hunt times, you know. So in a way I never thought I would say this, but I quite like it, and I'm excited for the new difficulties to come out as like the HR break and stuff happens. But right now I'm just enjoying wailing on the monsters and really learning them, because they are like a bit like they don't just destroy you immediately.
Yeah, Monster Hunter is always going to feel easier, especially on the transition to world where you've got like more buttons. You're not using like some thumbstick that's like 1 millimeter off of the screen of the device that you're using. You've got an actual like analog stick, you've got more buttons, you've got triggers and stuff, so your mobility and your reactions are going to be a lot easier because you have more options physically to input into the game compared to all of like Monster Hunter games. And as you are a player as well, you are getting more used to Monster Hunter, right? The first time you play a game, you might not necessarily be used to the mechanics, but the second one you're going in with like learnt knowledge and your like all the mechanisms of that you've learnt in the past game. So it's going to be easier to you just based on those. And then if the game's slightly more accessible, it's going to feel drastically more easy than it should do. But just know that you're getting better. It's not like I'm seeing new people come into the game and they're finding it immediately crazy easy. Like,
of course, yeah.
For a Monster Hunter game, they're also having difficulty. They don't know what's going on, and the game doesn't explain all that much. You guys probably don't see it because you don't necessarily have friends that are brand new. They're just
I can attest to that. I've been playing with some new friends. So, 100%. Yeah, definitely.
It's a bit of a madness when I was watching somebody stream and they're just like, "So I've gone into a hunt. What do I do?" I'm just like, Oh,
Yeah, we take
the
them for
ghost-
granted,
Oh
don't we?
yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot. Like I kind of just know what to do.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah, they're like,
Well,
am I meant to be hiding this?
hopefully
Am I meant
the-
to be doing this? Is this the monster? It's like, yeah.
Hopefully, like the new beginner's guide that we did recently will help those people, because it is
Yeah.
a very top level of like what the game is, what what you want to do in the hunt, who the hunter is, that sort of stuff. So hopefully like
Definitely.
that will help introduce more people into it, like more gently, because you are kind of thrown in the deep end, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely.
for
I
sure,
don't-
man.
Yeah, it's gonna get harder over time, like we said at the start of the video when the updates come out anyway, and it's just nice to see that as well come along. So yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
see how
From
it goes.
Good game.
yeah. From my perspective,
Look,
just quick.
actually-
Like go ahead.
Remember, there was someone out there that died to a Kezu. Was it easy for them? No, it wasn't.
I guess not.
I guess not. But
Kezu is very. I mean, he's very scary.
he'll get you.
That whole thing, people were fuming
He'll
that this
get
man
you.
that this man was raging because he got killed by a Kezu, yeah? But when you get killed by a monster and it's some dumb move that you got killed by, you do rage though. Like
Oh, let me
everybody
tell you,
rages.
before the YouTube days when I was playing Freedom Second, right?
Yeah.
Kezu was a wolf for a little bit, and I was so I was a new hunter, and I swear every time he did the triple laser thing, I'm like, why have I got hit by this again? And then I would be stunned, and he's about to jump on me. I'm like, I'm gonna die, and then I used to get annoyed at it.
People
I got
are
frustrated.
acting like if you die from a monster, you never would be like, oh yeah, this game is dog. Why did this happen? Like, how many times have we been hit by like some aerial like hitboxes?
we're just
out
like,
of nowhere? And we're just like, this game is
yeah.
trash.
You
Why
know-
are they doing it?
You know what's funny? On the point of Kezu, like it's actually only this game that I've felt any resistance from him at all, because I'm used to just playing Bo, and when you're raged,
Yeah.
Kezu is easy. Like he just doesn't do anything. He just stands there,
Yeah.
does his blanker move, and you're just like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm just killing him. But obviously going at it with Dual Blaze this time, I'm like, oh wow, he really spams that thing. Like you literally have to just wait. Like if you get greedy, he would just hit you. Like so yeah.
I just find it mad that people were so mad at this dude for not liking the game and calling it bad. Like, if you're enjoying the game so much, like as someone that is a Monster Hunter fan and all of us here, like just enjoy your game. There's going to be people out there that don't
Yeah.
like the game for like what it is, and that's fine, right?
Yeah.
You can have their opinion on something. You don't need to like be fuming because they don't like the game. Like the game could be perfect, and somebody else out there is just not going to like it. It's fine.
If anything, be supportive and just
Yeah,
be
help
like,
them
why
out.
do you not like it?
Yeah.
Let me show you why you should like it, and then that's how
what
we
disturbed me about this whole situation, because it just made the everybody look more like unwelcoming than welcoming.
Yeah.
But then I heard, yeah, that's all.
Traditionally,
hornetness
Monster
anyway.
Hunter's been such a welcoming community as well. I put my personal experience with the Monster Hunter community, like even back on to Jen, was like, yeah, jump in a hunt, like we'll help you out, like let me have a look at your armor set. Oh, what monster are you struggling on? Here's some tips. I never experienced that kind of backlash when I was struggling, so it was quite sad to see.
Yeah.
And it's like if you jump into a Souls-like game, like Demon Souls or Bloodborne or something, and you're going to get destroyed in your like first experience of it, because they're hard games. But just because like someone's getting destroyed and they're upset about that and they're like, oh, trash game, I'm not good at it, that doesn't mean that they actually mean it. That's a spur of the moment like impulse reaction to dying in a game.
Yeah, and
So
you could have just been
it's-
saying it for clout anyway. Like that's the whole
Yeah.
thing. Like people could just be saying that for clout. There's so many like video game sites that will just give a bad review on day one, so they can be on Metacritic with like the low score as well. So don't get like riled up just because like someone's saying it's bad. There's so much incentive for someone to be controversial when people are liking something, because it will just mean that they get more attention or more money or something. So don't worry about it, guys. Hold your horses. It's fine if someone says that the game's bad, or it doesn't have any end game, or it's too easy, or it has issues. It might
So
have
long as
those
you
issues.
enjoy your game.
As long as you enjoy your game, it's calm.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, it's certainly not grounds for ridicule, you know. So
Yeah.
it's it's
You can
definitely
roast, but you don't need to go like.
Yeah.
I've still people going ham. Like you can roast them, just be like, oh, you just got clapped by Kezu. That's why. you're not enjoying
just
the
gotta
game
get
as
you
much.
out.
If you know, you
This is
know.
how you do. Yeah, this is how you do it.
To be fair, I understand with Kezu, he was probably thrown off by like the really distinctive background music. Like it's quite hard to hunt when
I
it's
think that's
when
oh,
the
yeah,
music
it's
is playing.
blasting.
That's why it's 100%.
Yeah,
It's
it must have
blasting
been like
in your ears.
when the drop came in, it must have just like covered up all the sound
Started.
effects, and he was like, oh, it's different.
Very distracting.
Cool.
But yeah, what's
All
your
right,
calls?
guys.
Well,
go on.
real quick, I just wanted to say, like, Rise for me, obviously, we're in agreement, it's a very enjoyable game. I am very excited to see what they do in the future. Collabs, I think, are going to be great. Can't wait to see those, like collabs and event quests. And
Shout out to Ninjala getting a collab with Mocko. I thought it was the other way
Hey,
around.
Capcom, stop it! Capcom, give me my Smash Brothers collab. I don't
Oh
mean
my
the Rathalos
gosh.
Me costume. Give me a proper collab. Don't put it
my
in some
gosh.
other random game.
That's so funny. But yeah, like definitely can't wait to see what they've got in store. I quake. Just quickly, I quake to just fathom what this game would have been like if the world wasn't as it is now, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
So like, because
true.
it's so good already. So yeah, like, but I guess we'll wait and see because it's all coming in updates, I'm sure. So
Also, it's
Yeah.
got nothing to do with the video, but we're about to wrap up, so I just wanted to show you guys. I pulled a Charizard out of Shining Fates.
Whee!
And the Skylar.
He did it.
We did it. I had to open up a lot of
Did it.
ETBs for this, but we did it.
He
Thank
did
you.
it.
Thank you.
He
Thank you for all
did
your
it.
support, even though you didn't know it. I channeled all your energy. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We did
Must
it.
be nice.
There's
Well,
50%
on
of this
that
discussion has
bombshell-
a Charizard in their binder.
On that bombshell, we're going to wrap it up because your boys got videos to make. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
See you guys.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
If you want to catch more from us at Arekkz Gaming, don't forget you can catch the guys 269, Paradise Central, and Investmore streaming over on Twitch weekdays, playing a variety of games. If you guys want to jump in, tune in, watch, and even join in, then make sure you check them out. The links to those are in the description box down below, and of course you can join the Discord to get involved in all of the discussions.